Hello, everyone. All right, we're in the second week of the semester. I hope that last week you went in and you took that mandatory syllabus quiz and that you introduced yourself to me and to the class and your discussion board posting. So if you did all of that, you're off and running. And then, of course, we had the quiz from last week as well. This week, I want you to think about a current event, something from the news, something that's newsworthy that is going on in the world or in the United States or even in Albany right now, and think about how you're going to spend the next few weeks writing about it. So this week, uh, you're going to start by getting the guidelines and maybe starting to work on something called a current events topic essay. And what that is, and you've got a list of topics you can choose from, but you're going to notice they're very broad. They're things like police community relations. That covers a whole lot of ground. Uh, Diversity and entertainment is a very popular one among students in this school. So, if you want to write about that, then you could. Uh, and then, of course, you got sexual politics, racial politics. Racial politics, again, covers a vast field of topics, and social media, cancel culture, things like that. You'll also notice I've got a note in there about not writing about abortion. I get it. Abortion is, the Supreme Court recently overturned Roe versus Wade. And so it is headline stuff right now because now people that need abortions are scrambling to find places they can get them when their states are outlawing them. Uh, so the reason I say don't write about abortion is that too often students will give me the gory, graphic, bloody details of what happens to a fetus during the abortion process. It's not pretty and it's not very pleasant to read, and I don't want to do it anymore. After I read a couple hundred of those papers during my first 2 or 3 years of teaching, I said no more. So stay away from abortion because people have a tendency, instead of using the logos, which is what you're supposed to appeal to when you make some kind of an argument, people want to use the pathos and talk about how babies are innocent and babies deserve a chance and things like that. So I'm just nipping that one in the bud right now. But there's all kinds of other sexual politics topics you can choose from, like discrimination in the workplace, equal pay, um, things like maybe the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, where the jury sided with the male, which is highly, highly unusual. You've got the Deshaun Watson stuff going on. So there's all kinds of other sexual politics going on that you can talk about without the abortion. All right. Pay close attention to what the instructions of that essay are asking you to do. The only thing you're doing is answering 4 questions. So basically, and I actually outline how you can structure that as you go down into the rubric. So the rubric will outline exactly how I'm grading this paper, how much weight everything carries. Um, Under the structure, you'll have an introduction with your thesis statement or your working thesis, I believe it is. Let me double check that. Um, well, some kind of a thesis, right? Um, you'll have a paragraph that talks about the explaining what the topic is and why you've chosen it. Why is this topic important to you? Then you'll have a paragraph about what you hope to learn through your research. You're not doing your research yet, right? I can't stress that enough. You're not doing your research yet. You're thinking about what do I want to look for when I'm doing this research. And then you come up with a working thesis, which is something that, off the top of your head, what do you have to say about this particular topic? And you'll devote a paragraph to that. And then, of course, you'll have a conclusion that wraps everything up. That's all you're doing for this essay. You're not doing research. You're not giving your argument or your opinion yet, right? There'll be an argument essay for that later. There'll be a research paper for you to do your research later. All you're doing is answering the 4 questions. I swear, more people fail this assignment by not following the directions than they do for any other reason. So read the directions closely, do what they say, read the rubric closely so you'll know how I'm grading this, and you should be fine. There's also a reading chapter is on purpose, audience, and tone. Right? These are all 3 very important elements of any college essay. And so you'll want to make sure that you know what your purpose is, you'll know who you're writing for, and you'll know uh, what kind of a tone to take in the essay. What's an appropriate tone? Not sarcastic, but certainly formal, serious, things like that. So do the reading quiz. Start thinking about what you want to write your essay on. Maybe start writing the first draft of it, so that way you can maybe go to the writing center or whatever you need to do to get whatever assistance you need. And make sure you pick a topic that you're going to want to spend a lot of time on, because you will be spending a lot of time on it throughout the course of this semester.